Hi and happy Thrifty Thursday, one day early. I wanted to go ahead and film this and put it up today so I can put these items away and try to clear out some of the mess that I have accrued in the past week, getting stuff at yard sales and also working on these two journals for my friends. I was able to get a lot of work done on both of those yesterday. I'm so excited. Maybe by the weekend or the end of the weekend, I'll be able to share them with you after I hand them over. So stay tuned for that. Super excited. So this weekend, this past weekend, we were a little stir crazy. So we decided to run out, just my husband and I, as a little date morning. And we went to an estate sale and a community yard sale and our favorite thrift shop. And let me show you what I found at these places. The estate sale, the prices were not great, but the things that I got I thought were worth the money that I paid. I wouldn't have paid this much had I been in a thrift store, but I did pay a little bit more, but it made up for it because at the community yard sale, I walked up to them with an arm full of stuff and they said $5 for everything. So I consider that sort of a recompense for what I spent. I only spent $28, but to me that is a lot at the estate sale. But anyway, let me start with the yard sale first. They had a whole table full of linens, and these look like they look like opened but unused pillowcases, and they're a beautiful ivory, probably 90s if I'm guessing. They have a ecru eyelet trim. Let me see if there is a brand on the tag. I don't think I checked that. American Treasures Collection, created from designs in the Smithsonian Institution by Fieldcrest. So that is something that I can, Percal Sheets Perfection is the line. That's something that I can research. I found an awesome website. I will link it below. I think it's called Vintage Sheets ID, and it's basically a website with a searchable, picture-filled organization of all of the American brands and patterns of sheets through the decades. It is invaluable to me when I'm trying to figure out what exactly I've bought or what I'm looking at in a store. So I will link that below so that you can look at that. I'm going to see if I can find this in the... I have found the other sheets I'm going to show you on their website, but I haven't looked for these yet. Okay, this is the estate sale. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, also at this yard sale were some new old stock. I have two sets here, two double flat sheets, and I looked these up. It is spring made Princess Rose. As far as I can tell, these hail from about 1959, which amazed me that they look so great. So I have two flats, and I'll probably keep one and sell one just because my daughter likes to put vintage sheets on her bed, and her room has pastel shades in it. But I don't have any need for two doubles. Also, I need to try to locate the fitted sheet. I think it comes in two color waves. I think you can get, not color waves, but style. This is called the turn down collection, I think. So it's solid, and then the trim is the print, but I think the fitted sheet is print. So I'm on the hunt for that in a double bed size. And they also had two of the pillowcases. So I will keep this and sell this probably. I don't know how useful this would be for junk journaling because, you know, most of it is lilac without print. Only the trim is printed, but someone who collects sheets for use would love this. Also, there are three color waves of this: pink, blue, and lilac, and I think lilac is the hardest to find. So yay for me for finding these, but it may take me a while to find the fitted sheet at an affordable price. They also had this. This one has some age spots on it, however, pretty significant age spots, but these are the pink pillowcases. And so I thought that was really cool. Now this was at the yard sale where everything I had in my arms was $5 total. So I was thrilled. Okay, also at this yard sale, I got this tray. It is very dirty. I need to wash it. But I could tell it was vintage by the way it looked. It has a sticker, top of the table by Karen, hand wash only. And part of the label is torn off. They also had a bowl in the same pattern, but I did not have as much need for the bowl. This will mainly be used for organizing my ephemera as I decorate my junk journals. But of course, I will also probably wash it and use it for like a fruit and dip tray in the summer because it's my favorite. It's strawberries. And it's just adorable. So yes, this was again part of the $5. Sorry, I had to step into the other room to get this item. This was also one of the things that I found. I love, 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 love Jimmy Stewart. And this was one of the TCM Classic Legends collection. I have some other ones in this collection of Katharine Hepburn and a few others, but I had not received this one yet. And this is one of my favorite movies ever, ever, ever. So I was so excited. They also had a couple of other really great old movies, but when I checked inside, there was no disc. So I was able to get this one with all 4 discs inside. So super excited about that. And then I got one more item. I can't show it right now because it's hanging on my wall in my kitchen. But if you are familiar with the Grace and Gratitude paintings, it's an old man and an old woman separately praying over their meal with their Bible in front of them. And they just remind me of my grandparents. So I purchased those little plaques and I put them on the wall in my kitchen with a little gallery wall with some a spoon that my grandma used to cook with and a picture of her. So that was neat too, to be able to find those and put those on the wall. Again, the name of those are Grace and Gratitude if you want to look them up. It's a pretty famous painting set, but these were little oval plaques that I was able to find. So that was the end of the yard sale. Now let me show you the estate sale. This house had, I'm guessing that their kids were about my age, maybe 3 or 4 years younger, based on what they had. So right away in the pictures, like the pictures that were previewing the sale, they had a picture of a cookbook that I've been wanting. It's like a binder with a cloth covered binder that I wanted forever for a recipe junk journal. Well, it was gone when I got there, of course, but I did see this, the Care Bears Party Cookbook. And being a kid in the 80s, I do remember this book. I do not have it. I probably checked it out from the library, but adorable. These will make perfect size pages to put into an 80s journal. So I could not pass this up. And I wonder if the kids who lived in this house ever made any of these recipes. So that was fun, a fun little find. And then I could not pass this up. This was $2, which I thought was a little high for the shape that the book is in, but I think it is one of the older editions. It appears to be the first edition, so it's got some writing in it. Someone wrote Mary, Angel. They labeled the characters. Pretty ripped. I'm not sure why there are letter C's around everything, but I figured that I would use this as a Christmas journal. If you have any tips, unfortunately, these are all written in red pen. If you have any tips for getting pen off of a page without just covering it, let me know. I haven't found any ways. I know on a cover you can sometimes get it off with the magic eraser, but yeah, thought that was really cute. Here's another book that I would love to get the pen, or this might be color pencil off of. I was just literally looking at this book on eBay a week before I went to the sale. I didn't realize it was so small, but I had seen another junk journaler, I believe it was Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming. She made a vintage Christmas journal from this book, and it was so cute. And I love Peter Marshall. He's a Scottish evangelist. I think he's Scottish, or his parents maybe came over from Scotland, but he's one of my dad's heroes in the faith, and so I wanted to get this book. It has his sermon in it, sort of written out. This one, again, has been evidently put on the children's bookshelf because though it's not for children, I don't think it's been colored in, but I will try to turn it into a Christmas journal nonetheless. Sometimes you just don't know what you got until you get home and you realized, oh, this book, I paid $2 for this and it's got writing all in it. But okay, so this is a discarded library book, and I got this solely for the color. I love the vintage library book binding, and this is a beautiful shade of bluish green. So I thought I could use this for my blue journal, and of course it's a bonus that there are pretty little pictures here and there strewn about. So that was pretty cool. There was an entire chest full of linens. Most of them were in very, very bad shape, so I left most of them behind. I'm gonna hide something that I'm meant to set aside for Happy Mail for someone. But I did grab a few things, and I think she charged me $5 for all the linens, which was okay. I mean, that was probably the most fair price at the sale. So I got this beautiful, I don't think it's aged, I think it's ecru crocheted oval doily. And then I got these little coaster doilies. They had 6 there, but I only grabbed 3. And then she just threw these in for free. I just saw these in the bottom of the Christmas box. They're probably napkin rings. They're elastic, and then they have this little poinsettia sewn to the top. But I thought that would be a cute addition to a Christmas journal. I thought I had 3 of them. One must be hiding. And then this, whenever I see a doily that's a different color, I try to grab it because you don't see them as often. So this is a really pretty green and white doily. And then this vintage hanky. I'm assuming it's vintage. It looks like some of the reproductions, but judging from the age of everything else in this box, I'm guessing it's really old. This had a pretty bad stain on it, but this is a little dresser scarf or maybe napkin that had Christmas candles. Probably machine embroidered, but I can use this in my Christmas journal. And then this was a picked it up, put it back, picked it up, put it back kind of item. This is one of those vinyl tablecloths, and I have been wanting to do the paper dyeing where you put the papers inside or between the layers of these after you dye them and let them dry. I'm super intimidated about it. I've tried a couple of other techniques where I let them dry on top of things and they came out okay, but not great. I've seen on Etsy that sellers are making them with, I guess they dye them first and then they like a yellow, and then they'll make this part look blue, and I have no idea how to do that. I would love any, if you guys have found any YouTube tutorials that have been a big help and are successful in your attempts at this, please share them. I may not attempt this until after winter is passed and I can dry things better outside, but again, for $5 for all the linens, she threw this in. I knew I needed to probably grab it. It's easy to tuck away and store. This was a little Golden Book Christmas carols. And it's just, you know, it's got the little classic 70s illustrations with the music. Super cute. I think the paperbacks were $1. And this one is not written in. It's a miracle. This one was $4, but it was the second day of the sale, so everything that had a price was 25% off, so I got it for $3. And this is just the cookbook that everyone has seen or has, but this is the later version. But I kind of think the illustrations in this one are just as cute as the one from the 50s. So I love that bright pink. This one doesn't even look used either. I wonder if a lot of these were gifts and never used. And then this is probably the most interesting thing. Someone in this house took or taught French because there was a lot of French textbooks and music books, and this was a little French music book. And 1956. That doesn't make sense because it's published in 63. Maybe this was a room number. But yeah, someone had translated everything, which I think is fun. And then it's a French book, but it has little songs in it too. And then what really made me pick it up is tucked inside here was this little extra publication, 1967. And it's just probably a little practice pamphlet for children who are learning. But you don't see this every day, and when I saw that it was tucked in here, I was like, yes, this is coming home with me. And even though this is a big book, she still only charged me $1 for paperback. So I have 7 or 8 little pamphlets tucked in here. That's cool. Okay, so that was the estate sale. Tell me what you guys think. What was your favorite? What would you have? What did I overpay for? These days, everything, right? Okay, and then the last batch is a small little pile from my thrift shop. Favorite thrift shop. And I mean small. 4 little things. Okay. The first item is this. I'm assuming this is knit. Obviously hand knit baby jacket. Look at these little buttons. Isn't that cute? Little ducks. I love the mint green color. You just don't see this a lot. And so it was probably meant for a baby who, you know, the parents had a baby shower before the baby was born. So this could be for a boy or a girl. But I would love to find a way to use this creatively in or on a journal. I thought about, what if I wrap it around the cover of a journal, or I'm not sure. I think it would be squishy and fun. I just don't know how to go about doing it, but they're little baby jackets at this thrift store, no matter how old, are $1.50. So I tossed it in, and yeah, give me your ideas, everybody. And then I got a large set of this before at the same thrift store, but they had a little travel set. Tiny little animal rummy cards. And the large set had leopard prints on the back, but I like these little polka dots. And they're just cute little, almost watercolor painted animals. Look at the fox. Isn't that cute? Little tiny cards. These were 10 cents, I think. And then for my blue journals that are also in the works, I've gathered all of my ephemera for that, by the way. I thought these would be great as charm dangles or dangles out the bottom of the journal. And when it's like a necklace like this, I don't feel bad about taking it apart because it's kind of already weird. But these all feel like actual glass. So that's a bonus when you find actual glass beads. I think this was 50 cents. And then the last thing was this little book. Oh, I forgot I got some cards. I picked up these cards. They are published by the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. These are watercolors done by a young boy when he was, or a young man when he was hiding during the Holocaust. So I got these. in honor of his artwork. I cannot pass anything up that is related to the Holocaust, and though I'm not supporting the museum because these have already been purchased, I can pass them along to someone and create more awareness for the Holocaust, and so I grabbed these. Their greeting cards at the store are only 10 cents. And then the last item was Flowers of the Holy Land. And the cover is so lovely. I will be definitely making this into a journal, maybe a botanical journal. But look inside. Original watercolors, 1964. This is another Hallmark book. We've got some background at the beginning. But look at these pictures. Cornflower. I've never heard of crowfoot. They look kind of like buttercups. Narcissus, which is similar to a daffodil, I think. Same family. Lupins or lupine. Pomegranate. Who knew that pomegranates had such beautiful blooms too, right? Chrysanthemums. Tulip. Just gorgeous. I love the illustrations so much. It's hard for me to pass up watercolor flowers in any context. So, yeah, and this is just so smooth. I love the way this book feels. So that was my yard sale, estate sale, thrift store weekend. Just a few little treasures tucked under my arm and brought home. Or rather, my strong husband carried them home for me. And I hope that you guys will go check out Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming. I mentioned her earlier. She is the one that's hosting this hashtag Thrifty Thursday collaboration. You can just go see the other participants, or you can join in by using her hashtag and linking to her channel. And I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend of thrifting and finding treasures. Can't wait to see what all of you find as well. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.